Hey everyone, have a look at this. The entire cryptocurrency community is buzzing over some significant news that Ripple just released. And believe me, you will want to hear this. Ripple's most recent triumph. Ripple's Casey Kravdog just shared something really amazing. Here's what they won at the Pay 360 Awards. That's correct. The Payments Association sponsored event. Not only did they take part, but they dominated the finest initiative with digital currency or assets. Now, why should you care? It's not simply another trophy on the shelf either. In essence, this prize demonstrates that using digital assets for cross-border payments is a reality. They are currently taking place. We're discussing practical usefulness that is becoming acknowledged not only in the UK and Europe, but also internationally. This is what I adore. Credit is being given where credit is due. They are praising their customers, associates, and even Thune's Payments, their category sponsor. Additionally, they are honoring their staff in the UK and Europe who are actively creating the financial industry of the future. I think that's quite awesome. The reasons Ripple is so far ahead. Now let me break out why this matters so much. Ripple continues to garner great accolades, and for good reason. Consider it. For more than a decade, they have been developing their technology. While everyone else is only now attempting to figure this stuff out, they have spent 10 years developing their system. I am aware that Swift has been making a lot of noise lately. Oh, Swift is going to ruin XRP and Ripple. Just let me stop you there. This is the truth. These traditional players are really lagging behind. Ripple is already outperforming Swift on the track, whereas Swift is only beginning to investigate what Ripple has been doing for years. It's similar to witnessing someone attempt to construct their first iPhone. Apple is currently developing the iPhone 20. Do you understand? The revolution in banking is on the horizon. But hold on, things get even more fascinating. The usage of cryptocurrency has been exploding this year. We're not simply talking about retail investors anymore. Players from institutions are diving right in. And this raises an intriguing query. What would happen if businesses like Ripple were to become banks? Yes, I am aware. We've been making assumptions about this for ages, don't we? But listen to me. It is no longer merely conjecture. Take a look at Telcoin. From 2019 to 2020, they have been striving to become a digital asset bank. And you know what? They recently received Nebraska approval. What about Ripple? Rumor has it that they are also taking significant steps to obtain their banking license. Coinbase is joining in. Speaking of game changers, Coinbase's Brian Armstrong recently made a shocking revelation on October 4th. In essence, he replied, "Look, since day one, we've been all about customer trust and regulatory compliance. Our next major step is to obtain a national trust business charter. Gold breaks and reaches its highest point ever." All right, wait on, this is a big interruption. Yesterday, gold reached a new all-time high. You should listen to what's going on right now if you want to ride the wave in both cryptocurrency and precious metals. Here's the thing then. Coinbase recently made it quite evident why they are taking these actions. They're saying the crypto business is global, and we need uniform national rules to safeguard consumers as everything evolves. They have applied for that USOCC National Trust Charter specifically for that reason. They desire clarity and oversight from federal regulations. Guys, this is huge. This demonstrates precisely where we are at this point in the development of crypto. Why this changes everything. I'll give you a broad overview of this. We're witnessing the transformation of the cryptocurrency businesses we've been following for years into significant figures in conventional finance. What about these charter licenses for national trusts? They're more than just pretty papers to put on the wall. Consider what this actually implies. It is now possible for businesses like Coinbase, Ripple, and Circle to connect straight into the conventional financial system. They will actually be connected to organizations such as the Fed. This is already evident in Ripple's RLUSD. Most significantly, this brings the trust that institutions urgently require. Because, let's face it, trust is crucial in the financial industry. The revolution in regulations. What about Brian Armstrong? He isn't being reserved. He claims to be extremely optimistic about the US's progress in regulating cryptocurrencies. Clear guidelines are coming, and that's going to unleash a wave of builders and innovators. They won't stop till it happens, he stated literally. That's the sort of resolve we're discussing here. It covers all cryptocurrency assets that are not stable, such as Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's addressing some of the unresolved issues from the previous administration that were used as weapons by individuals like Gary Gensler in an attempt to target the cryptocurrency sector since it wasn't evident which issues were security and which were commodities. Thus, this law is moving forward quite a bit. Never in my life have I been more confident that it will become law. There are senators on both sides of the aisle who are keen to see this measure become law, and this freight train has left the station. However, this hasn't stopped the large bank lobby from trying to cause trouble. In fact, they wish to enter and outlaw stablecoin incentives. And the previous amazing act I just highlighted had already resolved that. It doesn't really worry me. The senators with whom we spoke are unlikely to consider reviving the matter. Thus, it is hoped that this legislation will soon become law. The starting line is directly in front. Okay, let's have some serious conversation. It's this. This is the final significant obstacle until cryptocurrency is completely regulated. And everything changes when that occurs. I'm not being dramatic. The biggest traditional financial firms will join, full-scale integration will be made possible, and widespread retail adoption will be sparked by this regulatory clarity. Here's what blows my mind. That was only the warm-up for what we have seen so far in the cryptocurrency space. The actual race has yet to begin. However, as soon as these rules take effect, the starting pistol goes off and we're off. Circle walks into the ring. Oh, and allow me to briefly transport you back to July 1st. Yes, Circle, the business that recently completed a $18 billion initial public offering, applied to become a trust bank in the United States. Consider the implications of that. Thank you for viewing. I've read all of the comments, so let's start a conversation. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, keep an eye on the charts.